What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today I'm giving y'all a little special treat. I'm giving y'all a 3-round mock over the next 2 days. So for y'all who are not aware yet, I'm making a video with Broshmo. We actually already recorded it, 3 rounds, but you know what? I wanted to make one myself as well. I like doing that every week for you guys. So without further ado, let's kick into this. Of course, if you guys are new, like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Also, new mic alert. Yes, we just did invest in a $250 mic because I love you guys, and you guys have been able to give me something awesome, and I've been wanting to give back to you. So wanted to get you guys something special, which is better than an internal mic on a Mac computer. So hope you guys do enjoy the increased sound quality. Hopefully it comes through. I know Zoom recordings aren't always the best for that, but hey, let's have a good time. So starting off with the #1 pick, we got the Detroit Lions, and I'm rocking KT all the way. You got to get a high value position at #1. Quarterback, offensive tackle, edge are pretty much the only ones that I would ever consider. KT is definitely worth that. 11 pressures, 22 snaps last week. That's dominant. And he's just been doing it ever since he was in high school, #1 player in the nation in high school. And he is deservedly the #1 overall pick. Really, really, really amazing player. And honestly, a really chill dude. I do like him. We got in trouble together because we both had beards in high school. So cheers to you, KT, for always getting in trouble with me in English class. So #2, we got the Texans. And Texans, I'd consider going Evan Neal here. It just depends on how long you think Marcus Cannon's going to last for. However, I cannot just say, hey, I'm going to go Evan Neal. I am going to actually go after DeMarvin Leal. I think his upside is undeniable. He is a freak of nature, and he can play both on the outside and on the inside, 2 positions that you need. So figure out which one he's best at and use him there. So I'm a big fan of this. It's just I want to switch it up a little bit, and spoiler alert, that might be how the beginning of the draft starts. We all know the top 5 or 6 prospects in this draft, right? After that, that's where the shit becomes fun. This pick, it's obviously Evan Neal. I just dropped my Jags mock. So Jags fans, if you guys want to check that out, feel free to. Evan Neal, of course, the #1 overall pick. Need to protect Trevor Lawrence if not James Robinson. He's a great player, but if your left tackle, Cam Robinson, is signed to a franchise tag, that's a bad sign. He is not worth like $15-20 million a year. Evan Neal can replace him, do a really damn good job. And Jawan Taylor, he's not the future, but hopefully Walker Little can step up and kick some ass. #4, got the Jets. Jets, I am going to be looking at Kyle Hamilton here, but I think the value is best served at Derek Stingley. Just again, I'm looking at how this draft board is playing out. There are a lot of teams in here that are going to look at corner, the Eagles specifically, Falcons. Before your next pick, it's just there's even a chance for teams trading up. It's not a good look. #5, we got the Giants. I'm going to go Aiden Hutchinson here. Spoiler alert, this is very similar to how the first mock went with Broshmo, but I mean, you just got to get the best value players on the board. And Aiden Hutchinson's an absolute freak. He's a Gettleman type of guy, big, beefy ass dude. Big fan of him. Eagles, #6, getting Kyle Hamilton here. You know, you guys desperately need a safety. Kyle Hamilton's a game changer, deserving of a top 3 selection. Considered him at 4 just to make it fun, but you got to go positional value. #7, you got the Falcons on the board. I think you're going to go after a very athletic corner, but not the most athletic one. I think Kyrie Elam is the best choice here. Just no buts about it. You're going to go Kyrie Elam. #8, you got Washington. We are a quarterback away. There's no real reason to continue explaining this. Malik Willis out of Liberty. He looks very similar to Deshaun Watson when he plays. Could be those Liberty unis, but his play style is very similar to a guy who we're considering top 5 at his position. So I think the upside is certainly worth it. Eagles sitting here, and honestly, I hate the fact that it's been cookie cutter to the start of the draft. I'm going Sauce Gardner here for the Eagles. Really dominant threat. You can see it when he's off the field. The defense plays totally differently than when he's on. So big fan of his impact on the game. #10, the Giants are sitting here, and this is where we get a trade. So the Giants can trade back. There's still high-end corners on the board. You know, there's still quarterbacks on the board as well. Don't really think any of these teams are in the market for a quarterback right now, but To be fair, the Steelers are in the market for one, and there are teams like the Eagles that could be vying for one. Even the Broncos could be trying to move up right here. I think the Broncos should certainly be trying to, and because of that, the Steelers are going to be moving up. I like this idea because, again, I'm looking at the draft board, and I just don't think. I think the Giants might want to make a little switcheroo. We might do a three-way trade, but we'll see how that pans out in a second. I think that this is going to be a smart move for the organization. Steelers are going to have to send in a next year one, but of course, it's not that big of a trade. So I think that maybe a good route would be to ask for maybe a next year. Well, next year three apparently is a little rich, which is kind of annoying. But we'll ask for this year three, see if maybe we can get four and squeeze in like a five next year. It says unlikely. We'll still push it through, see what the hell happens. They denied it. We'll just go for that 1 and 4 this year. Can trade it in for a 3 next year. Giants accepted the offer. Steelers need to get their franchise quarterback. Matt Corral is playing lights out football. Big fan of my boy Matt Corral. Number 11, you got the Panthers sitting here, and I really like this fit. Darian Kennard. Actually, no, Darian Kennard. I was bugging. It's either Ikem Ekwonu or Kenyon Green. I love Kenyon Green's mobility, man. He is fun. He's electric. Let's go Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M. And the best thing, one of his best games was playing at left tackle against Alabama. So that shows he can replace Cameron Irving, or you can still see Brady Christensen develop. Kenyon Green has a lot of potential in this offense. You need to start protecting Sam Darnold because the rest of the team is pretty much loaded. Number 12, you got the Jets sitting here. And like, to be honest, this is a really good place to move back. I think that looking at guys like Tyler Linderbaum would be a really good option, but I personally don't think that going after center is going to be their main priority in the first. I think that it's a good spot for an upgrade, but I also don't think that that's very realistic. You're looking at teams right here where I think this might be the good old switcheroo. I'm looking at the Giants because I think the Bengals might be looking to upgrade at right tackle, and the Giants are going to make a very small switch. So we want to see how the Giants fare after this three-way trade, because the Jets, honestly, getting another pick wouldn't be too shabby. So we're getting a little bit of a trade up here. We're going to see how much maybe a next year 3 can get it through. So look at that. Rather than trading back 5 spots, they're trading back 2 spots, gaining a first, and then losing a 4th and a 3rd. That's a pretty damn good deal. Big fan of that trade right there for the Giants, because they're going to get one of my favorite guys in the draft, Darian Kennard, who can play right tackle for them. But as he develops in his career, he's going to play right guard. So I'm a big fan of that. You can plug and play him immediately, but he has that upside to be a franchise right tackle. I think that he can play right tackle. It's just, again, you got to be a little more patient with him. This is his first year actually pass blocking, and he's taking major steps. So big fan of what Darian Kennard can do. He's 345 pounds. He is an absolute monster. So big fan right there. Number 13, you got the Eagles back on the board. And I'd look at Tyler Linderbaum here, but we're not going to do that. I think this is another good spot for a trade just because, again, I just don't see the value fitting. So looking at the dudes on the board, I'm happy George Karlaftis is up here because he deserves to. Regardless, he is injury prone. I think that going after a corner like Trent McDuffie could be extremely valuable. I see teams like Minnesota. I don't think they're going to move up because I'm looking at teams apart from New England who are probably going to try to target a wide receiver. Don't really see that many teams in need of a corner, which is interesting because obviously, there are some really high-end corners here, and the Eagles don't need them. I think the next best position to go for the Eagles is edge. I would go Karlaftis here. I'm looking at teams that would draft him, though, and I really don't see one. Maybe until pick 19. I don't even see it there. Pick 20, maybe. It's tough to see where Karlaftis would fall. Maybe pick 17. That would be like the crazy reach, but, it's a weird spot. It's a weird spot. Wide receiver wise, you do have some high end talents here. Tight end wise, there's nothing. Offensive line wise, I would look at Ikem Ekwonu for a team that's looking for a tackle guard hybrid, and I think that could be the Jets. Legitimately, even the Broncos here. It's a tough sell. It's a tough sell to try to move up with the team right now. Apart from for a guy like Trent McDuffie. Is his name Trent McDuffie? I swear to God, his name's not Trent McDuffie. It is Trent McDuffie. I'm thinking of Isaiah McDuffie, I think from last year, linebacker out of Boston College. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna go George Karlaftis. This team is needing some youth in that edge group, losing Derek Barnett this year, as well as Brandon Graham probably due to age. It makes the very deep edge core not so deep. So we're gonna go George Karlaftis. His upside is undeniable. Granted, his injury history is undeniable as well. The dude is an absolute freaking triple teamed in the Big Ten. You know the guy's gonna be good. Number 14, you got the Bengals, and I think this is a perfect spot to look at Tyler Linderbaum or Ikem Ekwonu. I'm gonna go with the best center in the draft, Tyler Linderbaum. He's an absolute freak. I love Tyler Linderbaum. I would honestly draft him as early as number 5, maybe number 4. That's how much I love him. So big fan of Tyler Linderbaum. Number 15, the Jets. Jets, you guys have traded back, and I think that honestly going after Ikem Ekwonu wouldn't be a terrible idea. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea at all because you do need kind of like that guard as well as a tackle for the future. I don't think a tackle is an immediate need, but Ikem has that ability to play that, and you are going to be using him on the right side, so it'd be good as a transition. Now, tackle-wise, I just don't know who's going to play right tackle for you. You can go Sean Ryan, maybe. It just doesn't seem like it would fit very well. I think that Ikem fits very well with what you're trying to accomplish. And the offensive line is just not that great this draft. So Ikem Ekwonu, continue investing in that offensive line, man. Now you got AVT, you have obviously Mekhi Becton, now you have Ikem, and then you have your backup tackles as well that are doing a really good job. Morgan Moses as well as George Fant doing a very good job there. So big fan of the potential for the future right there. Number 16, you got the Patriots. And honestly, I'm stuck between Garrett Wilson as well as Trent McDuffie. And I think I'm going to be going with Garrett Wilson here, guys. You need to help out Mac and Cheese. And Garrett Wilson's amazing after the catch. Great for screens, great for attacking the middle and short parts of the field. A little bit better than Chris Olave, who is kind of more cookie cutter of what they have. Number 17, Broncos. We're going Sam Howell. I just really think that he's extremely underrated now. He doesn't have anything. He has Josh Downs, which is one of my dudes for the next coming draft, first rounder, in my opinion. He's an absolute threat, but he doesn't have that great of an offensive line. He lost the two best running back tandem, or the best running back tandem arguably in college football history. And it's just it sucks. You lost your 4 best weapons. It's not very easy for him. So I think that him coming into a Broncos team, I've been doing it for a while. I like it. Go Sam Howell here. Number 18, you got the Miami Dolphins. And the Dolphins, I'm going to look at Nick Bonito here. I'm looking at Adam Anderson to play that outside role. I think Adam Anderson needs some respect on his name. He's an absolute threat. He is a nightmare. And he is a better version of Azeez Ojulari in every sense of the word. 6'5", 230 pounds. Big fan of my boy Adam Anderson. Really good in coverage too. So big fan of what happens right there. Number 19 with the Raiders. I think this is just a perfect fit. Jordan Davis fits right in. And you've been investing a lot of 1 and 2 year contracts on like veterans on that defensive front. Your edge group's doing it. Now get some pressure from the inside. Jordan Davis. I think that's a good fit. Number 20, you got the Vikings on the board. And this is a great spot for either Andrew Booth or Trent McDuffie. I'm going to go, man, I was in this exact same situation in the last draft. I went Andrew Booth, but I think Trent McDuffie fits a little bit better with what you're looking for. Very all around, playing better than Andrew Booth as well. We're going to take the upside right there, or take the high road and take the guy who's been more consistent this year, Trent McDuffie, lighting it up. I love this pick by Broshmo. Spoiler again, Nakobe Dean. Rashawn Evans is crap. So getting a guy like Nakobe Dean is going to be able to fix that up. This is still live, guys, to be honest. I just had like 5 hours of recording where I already went through most of my thought process. So might change the game a little bit. Number 22. Wide receiver is a huge need for this team, right? Chris Olave would be a great addition. However, I know how good the depth is in this class of wide receiver, especially for the second round. I know that corner could be something we can improve upon. We did so with Paulson Adebo in the last draft. However, you need more than 2 corners. Andrew Booth is an extremely high-end corner that has a lot of room to grow, and this is a perfect place for him to do so. Changing the game up a little bit, Andrew Booth, the junior out of Clemson. Let's get it. I'm a big fan of that pick, actually. It's a very underrated pick in my eyes. Number 23, you got the Chargers. Chargers, man, Chargers. I can see them going after a guy like Chris Olave. They don't have an extreme deep threat yet. If you want to keep Mike Williams, then Treylon Burks is not an option. But if you want to let him go, that's one that you could definitely consider. I think Chris Olave would be a really fun separator. Honestly, I think that it's going to be fun, man. I would look at the offensive line here. There's nothing really there. Charles Cross could play right tackle for you, but I think that you go and take advantage of the board falling. Chris Olave. You don't have a third wide receiver. You don't have a burner deep. Get Chris Olave. Have a bit of fun. Number 24, you got the Brownies. Brownies, I would definitely be still looking in the edge group. I don't know if apparently Jadavion's been lighting it up like crazy. So I hope that he actually gets a contract and stays. With that being said, I don't know if he does. I would look at probably a receiver here, but this is a good spot to trade back a little bit. It's where I'd probably look to get another linebacker. I think you brought on Walker for a 1-year contract. So getting a guy like Devin Lloyd wouldn't be too shabby, but I'm looking at the teams and I'm not really threatened by any of them until pick 29 for a linebacker. And that means that I would probably be looking elsewhere in the meantime for a team to move up. So you got still Treylon Burks on the board. You got Charles Cross on the board. Teams that need tackles, like the Packers. Packers do need a tackle, but I'm not going to do a 1-pick trade up. But there's still even quarterbacks on the board. You can talk about Carson Strong, Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder as guys who can be going in this range. So we can see what happens right there. Corner-wise, there still is Darian Kendrick on the board, trying to see if there's anybody who would be like a crazy move up where teams would just be dying to be able to get him. Not exactly seeing it. There are some really good safeties on the board, though, and a team that could probably use it. I mean, you could talk about the Lions. I'm trying to find a team that could really use a strong safety. I'm looking also right here at the Buccaneers as a team that could use help. You could even talk about the Chiefs wanting to move up. I'm just a big fan of what Jordan Battle brings to the table. I think he's a 5-star safety, and it's just trying to find the right fit for him. So this is a tough one for me, man. This is tough. So this is where I haven't fully thought everything through. That's a tongue twister. But looking at the teams right now, man, like I'm looking at the Bills. It's like, not really a vibe. I think the Chiefs might want to move up for somebody who is a little bit more of an enforcer. So honestly, we're gonna do it. Chiefs are gonna trade up with the Browns. They're gonna give a good deal. The Browns are gonna be moving back up. It's gonna just be another little 3-way trade because I don't think there's gonna be good enough value for some of these teams. Honestly, actually, no. The Browns are going to be the one which is going to be traded up with. We're actually trading up with the Arizona Cardinals to get a solid ass edge. So we're trading up with the Browns. It makes a little bit more sense too, right? So we're going to do a small trade up here, offering maybe a next year 5th. You're moving up 3 spots. Whoop-de-doo. You're not going to be losing out on anything as the Browns. The Browns, of course, deny it because they're a piece of shit. But we're going to toss in a next year 6. Hallelujah. There you go. Icing on the cake. So the Browns accepted the offer. We're going to be moving up. We're going to be selecting an edge, and we have a lot of them. I'm going to be going Kingsley Enagbare here out of South Carolina. Put some respect on this man's name. Really damn good edge out of South Carolina, and he's a perfect fit. You guys are looking for somebody to come in and be able to play for you guys on the edge position. Kingsley Enagbare. He's the right guy for you. Now, for the Green Bay Packers, I'd be looking at Nick Bonito here as like a really prime target. But we need tackle as well. Tackle, wide receiver. Like, we just need everything. Right tackle is something I would definitely consider right now. Charles Cross definitely is deserving of a 1st-round pick, but it's like, I don't know. Edge is certainly something I'm more focused on. And I think Myjai Sanders might be the right move. You are going to be probably losing the Smith brothers, so they're not actually brothers, I don't think. But Myjai Sanders is somebody who can step in and be able to play at a very high level. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be locking it up in the edge position. Now, why am I bugging on the name of the Cowboys? Jeepers. It is 1 a.m. Cowboys. So I do like the idea of going safety now. We could go for a tackle that plays guard, but I would probably be more considering going after a safety. Now, Jalen Catalon is a dude who I'm most intrigued about. Jamonte Casey just apparently got a DUI. And a lot of these safeties are on 1-year contracts, right? Help fix up that defense. Jordan Battle is just so damn good. I'm trying to think of what the Cowboys have at strong safety. They have a lot of dudes, actually. But Jordan Battle is absolutely everywhere. I just don't like the fact that he's continuing to fall, and he is just that good. Jalen Catalon has some issues to deal with, but he's still a freaking beast. I'm going to go Jordan Battle here, all around safety. I don't think you need to use him as a guy in the box, but I think that he's a dude who will be a dominant threat at the safety position. Really, really good safety. Number 27, you got the Brownies back on the board. And I'm going to go Devin Lloyd here. This is a team that's looking to compete, and I think that he can actually play where where Walker is playing right now. So Devin Lloyd going up with JOK, that's going to be a monster linebacking core. I do like it. Again, 1-year contract on what they have in Walker. He's going to be able to replace that. He is a super senior, if I'm not mistaken. So he's a red shirt, if not a double red shirt. He's a little bit older, but he's all around, can blitz as well. So big fan of him in this division. Number 28, you got the Ravens. Ravens, I like a dude who's a little bit bigger, a little bit more mauling as your future on the offensive line. Trevor Penning could be really fun. Very mobile. He's used to a mobile scheme there in Northern Iowa. Very run heavy there as well. I think the hype is real. He has a great anchor as well. He moves a lot lighter than what he actually weighs. I think that's going to get him drafted pretty highly. Trevor Penning out of Northern Iowa. Number 29, you got the Lions. You guys are sitting here, and it's surprisingly last draft, you had corner drop right to you. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen here. I'd be looking at that safety realm as well. You got Daxton Hill here, play a really good job. Who can do a really good job for you. Jaquan Brisker as well. He could play that role where I'm forgetting the guy from the Patriots, but you can play in that role as well. Jalen Catalon, roaming free safety. I just think you can go wherever you want. Linebacker as well. You guys can go Christian Harris, Brandon Smith. It's a pretty thin linebacking group in the rest of this draft because I have decided to say that Henry To'oTo'o is going to return along with Mike Jones Jr. So that thins it out quite a bit. And I know you guys need a linebacker. So I'm stuck between these two guys. I think you go with the upside with Christian Harris out of Alabama. Brandon Smith, definitely worth consideration there as well. Some really good wide receivers on the board, but again, this draft has a lot of them, so the need for it is a little bit less. But the Chiefs are going to take advantage of that. Drake London, USC, 6'5", really good after the catch. Big fan of what Drake London can do in the pass game. He's going to light it up. Number 31, we got the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers, I do love just going secondary for these guys. And I think that Jalen Catalon has an amazing potential to be a great roaming player on this team. Can even play corner if you really need him to. Don't think you should. Go Jalen Catalon. He's a missile, willing to play in the run game, even though he's pretty small. I just am a huge fan of Jalen Catalon. And last but not least, number 32, the Buffalo Bills. Doing a quick little check on the rest of the board, seeing who is here, if anybody crazy fell. I don't think anybody crazy has fallen so far, but we'll see. The Bills. I think they could get help on the offensive line. I think they could get help maybe on the defensive front. Don't really know who to put in there, though. I'm not going to be sending any of these edges through. It's a tough spot. It really is a tough spot. You can't look at quarterback, but I'm trying to see maybe if you go after like a wide receiver or a tight end, but they're doing well there as well. It's a tough one, man. It's a real tough one. You know, you could put Sean Ryan at guard, and that would just totally change everything for one. But two, I think Sean Ryan would be really good at guard. I think this is a good spot to trade out. There are still some really high-end tackles on the board, and there are teams that could be looking for a tackle. Honestly, you might call me crazy, but I'm looking right here at the Dolphins, and I'm saying, hey, there's not many good tackles in this draft. I know you don't like touching it, but Sean Ryan is one of the only dudes with an anchor in this class. Just saying. You look at Washington as well, trying to move up right here. Of course, Miami can't move up because they're in the same division as the Bills. Forgot about that. But looking at a team like Washington, they don't really have many holes apart from free safety. Excuse me. And I think a guy like Sean Ryan would be a really good fit. Yeah, I think that wouldn't be too bad because the Bills are looking for corner and you're just not going to find it right here. I think Sean Ryan is a perfect fit for a team like the Washington football team to move up at the end of the first round. The Bills moving back, acquiring some extra picks. I don't think that's fair to go after. Oh, that's interesting. So a 2 and a 3 is equal to a 1 and a next year 4. So we're just going to do a 1 and a next year 5. A little bit better value right there for us. And the Bills accept the offer, allowing the Washington football team, who do need a free safety, to go after Sean Ryan out of UCLA to play guard in the meantime, and soon to be left tackle. So that's going to be the video, guys. Checked out tomorrow for round 2 and round 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the far side. Peace.